Roll for Romance is a podcast featuring 5 friends thirsty for D20. Hello, and welcome to Roll for Romance, where we're looking for love in all the role places. I'm your DM, Emily, and with me I have 4 amorous and elegant and exciting adventurers.
I'm Lauren, and I play Miles Gloriosus, an ASMR paladin who can cook a mean beef Wellington.
Oh.
I almost said beef.
We like that,
like the
beef.
French version.
A boeuf.
Buff.
Yeah. Buff Wellington. That sounds like the name of a personal trainer.
Buff Wellington.
It's a person. It was actually the name of my enemy. Buff Wellington.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Buff Wellington. I gotta write that one down. Okay.
Delicious.
Amazing.
I'm Holly. I play Faris Divine, who is a tiefling warlock, and Faris could exist on bonbons, eaten while she lies on her chaise lounge.
Ooh.
Sounds like
Or
Faris.
fed to her.
Fed to her,
Oh,
being fanned by palm fronds.
Yeah.
it's really weird. She did have this one guy named Buff Wellington. I used to feed her bonbons.
Oh
He
no.
disappeared. It's so
I
weird.
killed your lover.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, he was delicious.
I'm Deserae, and I play Hilrana, who is a Genasi druid. I got it this time. And her favorite foods are it's lychee and raspberries and chestnuts and hazelnuts and dandelion and I can't decide.
They're all good. All food is good.
All food is good.
I'm just picturing her like hovered over the lawn eating dandelion.
Pretty much. You could hire her for like lawn care. She'll just come like one of those goats you can hire.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of goats in Hilrana.
Nice. That's very useful. Hey, I'm Sara. I play Laniver, the Eladrin Bard, and their favorite food is strawberries and creme fraiche.
Ooh, how
Mhm.
delightful.
Oh.
I didn't say what my favorite food is. What is my favorite food? I like ice cream, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I live a life of misery and pain. Yeah.
Aww.
Dear Diary, I have just had what are possibly some of the strangest days of my life, and we both know that is saying a lot. However, I must take a moment to wax poetic about the lovely Mitzi St. Clair. I will forever hold Lady Jalissa Spear in the highest of esteem for making it possible for me to meet Mitzi and for inviting us both to the gorgeous private island that provided such a sultry backdrop for our all too brief but passionate affair. I knew from the moment my eyes beheld the generous curves, sparkling blue eyes, and fiery curls of Mitzi St. Clair that I had to hold her in my arms. When offered an evening's respite from the turmoil of being possessed and marked by a force beyond my understanding, my only thought was to find Mitzi and to put my amorous cards on her table. Now, I was a bit more clumsy and obvious in my seduction, for the time was short, but sweet Mitzi was very agreeable to my ploy. We clasped our hands as we breathlessly ran to her rooms. My heart was pounding, and my soul was ablaze. When Mitzi pulled me close for our very first kiss, her lips felt like the softest petals from the most exquisite rose that has ever bloomed. And that, dear diary, was all it took to stoke the flames of our passion. Now later, much later, Mitzi's adorable round little belly made for the softest, sweetest, and finest pillow upon which I have ever rested my weary head. Mitzi is bold, passionate, tender, and fierce beneath all that soft skin and sweet giggles. Now, I do hope Lady Jalessa won't be too upset about all those scuff marks our feet made on the ceiling in our enthusiasm, But other than that very amount of concern, I have only joy in my heart. I will never forget my beloved Mitzi until we meet again. Au revoir, mon chéri. And with that, I must bid you adieu for now, dear diary. But I soon will have more secrets to share. Love, Faris.
So it is the next morning after you had your farewell evening for the Letherial Island adventure. You're going to head off now on the airship and go back to Mirador. Is there anything that you would like to do this morning before you head off?
I would like to eat breakfast.
Yeah,
We just
breakfast.
talked about food. Now I'm hungry.
You told us out of character that there's a bunch of dirt on Jalessa that we never found. And
No,
now I'm like,
no,
damn it,
no.
why didn't
Yeah,
we
no.
investigate that?
Let's invite Jalessa.
It's a breakfast to get her dirt.
I mean, you can invite her to breakfast if you want a farewell breakfast. I won't stop you, but
Yeah, farewell breakfast.
okay. Farewell breakfast. Again, you have this little pavilion that was down by the bungalows where they have fresh fruit and pastries and some breakfast meats and no Buff Wellington.
Damn it.
But yeah, so that's not a very good breakfast food, I don't think.
Every food's a good breakfast.
Okay, that's fair. I think dandelions.
I'm so hungry now, you guys. We need to stop starting the podcast with talking about
Damn
food.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a nice spread out there, and Jalessa will be hanging out there having some nice morning coffee to bid you adieu before your trip back to Mirador.
Good morning, Jalessa.
Oh, good morning, Faris. It's wonderful to see you.
You as well. And I'm glad we're going to get a chance to say thank you so much and tell you how much we enjoyed our time here, except for maybe that last day.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like this probably wasn't the best experience for you all, but I appreciate you thanking me. It's wonderful to hear that at least it wasn't all bad.
Oh, no, not at all. This is a beautiful place, and it was so generous of you to have us out for some fun.
Yeah, I really wish that you could stay longer, but you're welcome back anytime. Well, at least anytime that I'm here, you're welcome.
Well, thank you, Sugar. Hey, have you seen Steve this morning?
Have I seen Steve? No, I haven't seen Steve. I think he's probably sleeping.
Oh, have you noticed how handsome he is with a little bit of sun? Just a little tan. He just looks so good.
Make a persuasion check for me, Faris.
I'm trying, damn it. Well, that was a big fat honking 2.
Oh
So
boy.
if we add my modifier for persuasion, what's a 5? So that's a
Yeah,
7.
there you go.
A 7. Still not super great. She looks, he's like, oh, I haven't noticed. He actually kind of looked a bit sickly. I know he had some struggles with food poisoning. Him and Stefan.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Well, when you see him later, would you tell him I said goodbye and that I certainly hope I'll see him out and about sometime soon?
Oh, did you hit it off with Steve?
No, we became very good friends.
Oh, wonderful.
yes.
That was the whole point, was to make new connections and maybe make some romance connections. That's a really weird way of putting it, but yeah.
Well, no, I understand what you mean. And, darling, I would love to get together sometime back in town and maybe have some lunch or go for a cocktail.
Of course, yeah. And
Wonderful.
how about the rest of you? I hope that your stay wasn't too terrible.
It wasn't great.
Well, that's totally fair. I think that's what I appreciate about you, Hilrana, is your blunt honesty.
I would love to try again, though.
Oh, well, great. If next time I invite a bunch of singles out, I will keep you on the
Fantastic.
list. Maybe we'll take a boat next time instead of an airship.
I actually didn't mind the part on the island. The air elementals were a bit rough, but that's honestly that you couldn't have prevented that. That's nothing to do with you. I didn't mind the experience in the temple. I thought it was interesting.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear.
I know
Wonderful.
I'm in the minority. Everybody
Okay.
else seems to have been
It was-
disturbed by it.
It was
but
interesting. I'll give you that.
very interesting.
Okay, well, great.
Yeah, Jalessa. You know, I feel like we didn't get enough time to really, all of us get to know one another.
We didn't.
No, we didn't. We went off on the couples excursions, and then of course that whole nasty affair with being possessed by a ghost and our bodies taken over. So I'm wondering if we should play a little game before we go, a little breakfast game. game over
A
breakfast.
breakfast game? Oh, yeah, sure, of course. You know, I'm game for anything after what you all have been through. I'm happy to oblige.
I love
Perfect.
breakfast and I love games, so.
Me too.
Me too.
Great. Awesome. We're all on board. This game is called Two Truths and a Lie. Yeah. And it's better if it's, really dark, deep stuff.
Oh, over
stuff
breakfast?
you wouldn't tell a friend necessarily. Yeah, it's a bonding game.
Okay, I always thought this one was done more with drinking, but I guess yeah, I guess I
Mimosas.
already agreed, so yeah, sure.
Nice.
Who would like to go first?
I'll go. 1, I was born in the Feywild. 2, my mother is a warlock, and my father is her Arc-Fey patron.
Ooh.
And 3, my best friend in the world is a princess.
Oh my. Those are very fascinating.
Lanny. I think 2 truths and a lie, was it?
Yeah, which one's the lie?
I don't. Well, you are. Let's see. I don't believe your best friend is a princess.
I don't believe you were born in the Feywild.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go with the princess one as well.
Yeah, that's what I'll go with. Best friend is a princess. Not that I doubt that you'd be able to have such a friend.
Well, you're all wrong.
Oh!
Oh, my goodness.
Very good. What was it?
My father isn't my mother's patron, and she's not a warlock.
So you were born in the Feywild?
Yes, I was.
Oh, honey, we'll have to chat about that sometime. That's so interesting.
I would love that, Faris.
Wonderful.
And your best friend is a princess?
She
Yeah,
is.
let's talk
Yes,
about that.
she's the Princess of Toria, the youngest.
What?
Yes,
Wow.
Princess
Wow.
Erin.
Princess Erin. I've heard of her.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
We grew up together. My mother's
wonderful.
actually her mother's personal wizard.
Ah, yes. So the
Oh.
warlock. Okay, I see how you did that. It seemed like you would have magical family, and we just didn't catch on to that.
I do. It's easiest to tell a lie if it resembles the truth.
All right, well, I guess I'll go next. I used to work at the Beholder as a dancer, not just a fortune teller.
Oh.
Ooh.
My first love was a little dwarven boy in the village I grew up in. And for the last interesting fact, my favorite food in the whole world is Buff Wellington.
I love the callback. Nice.
I feel like if you had been a dancer at the Beholder, I would have seen you there. That's my guess.
Oh, daggone, called out on the very first one. Yeah,
I was going to let other people
no.
guess, but sure, yeah.
No, I never danced there, just fortune told. But yeah, oh, you're so clever, Jalessa.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's really a shame for the patrons, though, Faris.
Oh, Lanny, thank you, sugar.
I've seen you dance, and you can rest assured that I would have most certainly paid to see you dance some more at the Beholder.
Oh, Mila.
Oh,
You're
my.
so- well, thank you.
So 2 truths and a lie. First one, I have an identical twin, and should we run into each other again, we are sworn to kill each other.
What?
My God, Smile.
I once nursed a wildland's calf back to health using my own breast milk. And
okay.
third,
Oh, right?
I'm inclined to believe that just
Yeah,
because it's so outlandish.
Exactly, yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
third, I am a 2-time world hot dog eating champion.
I definitely believe that one. So I think it's the one about the twin. I think that's the lie.
I'm going to go with the twin as well.
I don't think the world could handle 2 Milases, so that's what I'll guess.
I don't know. I'm going to go with the hot dogs.
You don't think I can stuff a bunch of meat into my mouth?
Oh, well,
I've seen him do it.
now let me backtrack. All right, I do believe that, sugar. So I think I'll go with the calf.
The calf. The calf it is.
Oh, I'm a little
Oh.
disappointed.
Wait, you have a twin?
I do have a twin.
Fascinating.
And you have to kill him?
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, I won't get into it here, but
I'm sorry, Miles.
That's very terrible.
It's fine. It's fine. It happens. It's totally normal amongst the
Totally
champions of
normal.
LFE.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Definitely.
It's a universal gust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having to kill your twin. Yeah.
I would just like for everyone to take a moment to imagine themselves caught between two meat laces.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Is it warm in here?
I'm sure that could be arranged.
Do you want to go, Hilrana, or shall I go?
Jalessa could go.
Okay, I didn't think of anything, so this is going to be all off the top of my head. It's going to be real bad.
Off the dome.
So 3 things about me. First one, I was arranged to be married to Lord Steve at one point. Another one about me is that I have 6 siblings, not including Marius, 6 older sisters. And so I guess 7 technically. And my parents are going to cut me off if I don't get married soon.
Oh, dear
Lie is the
Jalessa.
second one.
What?
I think the lie is the middle one.
Okay. And yeah. Well, why do you think that?
Because I thought I heard you saying earlier that you had to get married soon. And I heard some rumors about you and Steve.
Well, Jalessa, I'm going to admit something to you. I kind of had a feeling that your parents may be pushing you to get married, and I kind of tried to give old Steve a little boost in confidence. The thing about Steve is he's boring, that's true. But you could also build yourself a very fun and fine life with a boring husband who doesn't pay much attention to what you do. Just putting it out there, sugar.
I think the thing is that with Steve, I did invite him to give him a chance. It's just that he is rather boring, and I would feel bad. I would feel bad unless he was okay with that. You know, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with somebody and be unfaithful to them unless it was something that was open.
I understand. Just, speaking of being open, just keep your mind open to the possibility.
There's no harm in asking him if that's something that he would be amenable to.
I suppose, yeah, I guess. I haven't made any connections really, so maybe I will talk to him. I do need to get this sorted out.
So
I just gave away the answer, by the way.
Yeah, I take it that they are going to cut you off.
No, I have 5 older sisters, so yeah.
Jalessa, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I thought that I would be all right because I'm the youngest. I'm the baby. They've always kind of let me do whatever I want, but apparently that's gone on for long enough. I could get cut off and try to go off and be an adventurer. Oh, God, I would be terrible at that.
Oh, I don't know. But I also think there's nothing wrong with being a person who's well established in society. There's so much good you could do. It's just a question of whether or not you want to make the sacrifice of maybe finding love and not the one true love just yet.
I suppose you're right. Thank you. This was a good game. Hilrana, what was yours?
Okay, let's see. 2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie. It's all lies.
Wow.
I have to go. I'll meet you guys on the boat. And Hilrana gets up and leaves.
What? Hilrana. Oh my. Is she all right?
I don't know.
It's all lies. I
That's,
hope I didn't upset her by
yeah, oh my.
starting
Well,
this
I
game.
wonder if something we said was upsetting unintentionally.
oh gosh, I hope not. Well, it has been a terrible trip for her already, so I guess, it
Why not
might as
add
well
more
have
to
been,
it?
might as well have ended on that note. Well, I hope you all have a really safe trip. Please give Hilrana my love, and hopefully she's all right.
Of course.
I'm sorry things didn't turn out as you expected, Jalessa, but I seriously, I dearly hope that you find someone that you could at least be content with.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Lanny. You've all been such wonderful guests, and I'm profusely apologize for the strangeness that has happened.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you.
hope.
Bye. And so you head off
Bye.
to after Hilrana to the airship. The crew is waiting aboard. You see that there are a few more crew members this time, as well as like a few members of the household staff. It seems like Jalessa has put more people there to maybe secure you guys better.
More people to die.
More people to die.
Before
Are
we
the ones who died there?
No.
Okay.
They are on
took the day
paid
off.
leave now.
They are on paid leave, exactly.
before we continue, can I roll insight to see if there was like a moment when Hilrana's face changed or something during the
sure.
conversation?
Yeah, if you're okay with that,
Sure.
Hilrana. Yeah, go make an insight check. Yeah.
I only got a 9, so
Got a 9.
that's probably not enough for
Were you trying to deceive people,
anything.
Hilrana, or were you trying to or were you not having any kind of facade?
Hilrana has trouble thinking of things involving her life.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
interesting. Okay.
So I don't know if you would have necessarily gotten that from
No,
Hilrana.
probably
I
not.
think that it's it's just confusing. You didn't pick up on any moment where something shifted.
Right.
All right, so you are back on the airship. It's a nice sunny day. It's very breezy. They don't have the arcane bubble up during the day because it's easier for them to kind of see what's going on. But you can sail through the skies on a beautiful day. Is there anything you would like to do while you were on the airship during your travel?
Yeah, I want to make sure Hilrana's okay.
Of course.
So I would approach her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, same.
Hey, Hilrana.
Oh, hi, Faris.
You okay, sugar?
Oh, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I hope we get back soon.
So do I. I just... we were playing our little game, and I hope you didn't get upset.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just wanted to get back.
Okay. I will take a walk. Lanny, do you want to maybe see if you can...
Sure. Yeah. I will go sit with Hilrana. Hilrana, I was wondering what you meant when you said that everything was lies.
Oh, nothing. I was just tired.
Make a deception check for me, and you can make an insight check if you would like to.
Ooh, I got a
21.
I suck at deception. Got a critical fail.
Yeah, it is incredibly obvious to you that she is not being forthcoming.
Hilrana, I don't mean to pry, but if you're struggling with something and you'd like to talk about it, I'm here, and I'm sure Faris would also listen. I'm sure Miles would listen. We don't want you to feel like you're alone.
I appreciate that, Lanny. I don't want you to worry. I just have some things to figure out about my past
Okay.
that I haven't figured out enough to talk about it yet.
I see. So just maybe talking about the past in general is not a pleasant experience for you?
No,
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
that's okay. Do you want to go throw some rocks off the edge of the ship?
That sounds lovely.
Awesome.
So you guys go and throw rocks off the edge of the ship. Give me a perception check, both of you guys. And Miles, are you doing anything?
No, I think I'm just doing crunches.
Yes, crunches and push-ups.
Nice.
I got a 12.
I got a 14.
No, it's a nice sunny day. You throw rocks, doesn't seem like you hit anything in particular. You're pretty high up, so
Oh, good.
they could splash into the water maybe a little bit. You doing anything, Faris?
Yes, I'm watching Miles work out.
Okay, perfect. You make
Yeah, I think like half my attention is on that as well.
Yes, you can also make a perception check if you would like to. And Miles, you can make one as well.
Oh no, I know they're watching. No, I just assumed.
Just in general, if you want
Oh,
to,
okay.
once you're done working out.
Perception, that would be a 10 for Faris.
10. Yeah, it's a nice day.
I got a 6.
6?
I'm not perceptive.
Yeah, you're not. And that's okay. That's what we love about you,
Because
Miles.
you're focused on Chadley, who's pretending to be your personal trainer.
I just want to say that Miles is very impressed of Chadley. Chadley is the not harshest trainer, but he's been able to push melees harder
Yeah.
than any other trainer so far.
Like shake his little paw at you when you don't do a good job. No.
Yes. Well, surprisingly motivational.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's doing
Great.
a lot of inspirational small hand movements
Yeah.
while he's squeaking.
He's not going to let you cheat on any of those reps.
No.
He doesn't.
No.
Goes up and gives you a little bite if you.
He slaps me with his tail.
He's like standing on Miles' chest,
Mhm.
counting.
Okay, you are sailing. It gets to be about mid-afternoon. You're getting closer to Mirador. You can see in the distance the beautiful spires of the different buildings in the palace and a bunch of different airships at the airship docks, and you arrive. And I want everybody just to give me one more perception check.
Perception?
For no reason
Should be something we're
whatsoever.
perceiving. I got a 7.
It's a 13.
23.
Oh, thank God.
23.
Somebody got
5.
Thank God for Ferris.
Somebody-
She sees the dragon. We're all going to die.
Miles.
It's a long journey, which is why I had you guys do 2 perception checks, because there's not a whole lot to do. As you're getting closer to the airship dock, you're maybe about 15 minutes away. Ferris, you happen to notice you've been kind of looking out once Miles was done. His push-ups, his extreme workout regimen. You've been looking out on the horizon, just taking in the nice day, and you've seen a couple times just little flashes of blue, almost like a light sky blue, so it kind of blends in, and then you would think that it is some kind of other airship. You watch it for a little while, and it seems like it's following your airship, and you can't tell if it's just because you're getting close to the airship docks, or if it's been following you most of the time in the skies.
Hey, Lani, Hilrana, Miles, y'all come over here for a second. Do you notice that little blue flash over there in the clouds?
If she points it out, can we see it?
Yes, as she points it out, you can see now that there is in fact another airship off in the distance. It's hard to make out details. With your perception checks, I would say just kind of letting them carry over. You don't really make out any details other than having a sky blue boat, almost like airship. It's painted a sky blue. It has a sky blue sail, and
So
that's
it's trying to blend in.
a little bit. It's not like a perfect match, but
Right.
it does blend in a little bit on this nice day.
It's a stealth bomber.
Stealth bomber. By the time you've observed this, now you're getting to the airship docks. It also looks like it's heading for the docks as well. The ship gets to the port. You can get off the boat. Wow, you got to go back through fantasy customs on the
my
way back in.
favorite.
You got to declare any items that you had. We're going to go right past that because you didn't have any contraband with you unless
I
you
have
didn't
all
tell me
contraband.
about it. What
Hilrana
did you
is
bring with
entirely
you?
made of drugs.
There was some stuff on that island.
There was some
That's
stuff on that
true.
I
island.
didn't get to
Made
enjoy
it.
it as bringing it back with me.
Okay, then make a sleight of hand check for me, Hilrana.
Dang it. 5.
Wow, that's sad because I rolled a 6.
Oh no!
They pull you aside and they do a pat down, and then the one person finds this and they just shake their head at you and put it in a bin full of other illicit drugs that they've
Man.
got and just
Wow.
wave you along.
Sorry, Chad.
That's a very nice custom.
Chadley's gonna try to go see if he can grab it while they're not looking. No, absolutely not. They see the squirrel and they just get away from here. And,
Sorry,
ma'am, please
Chadley.
control your squirrel.
Excuse me?
Please control your squirrel.
He is not a pet. He is his own person.
Well, whatever. Next time, bring it in a carrier because we can't have loose squirrels trying to steal things.
Oh, no, you did not just tell me to
Chadley's
put him in-
eyes go red.
Chadley is pissed.
It seems like security is gathering around a little bit more, so
Chadley's going to get
yeah,
arrested.
you all probably make your way out of there unless you want to fight the security.
Yeah,
Chadley, it's not worth it. Let's go. We can get some
It
more
was-
stuff from Greg.
super rude.
Not my
though.
dad, Greg, but my drug dealer, Greg.
Oh, drug dealer Greg.
Your dad, you could probably get
I mean,
some
yeah,
stuff
I
from your
mean-
dad.
Your dad's shady.
They're
as
probably the
fuck.
same person. I just mean it.
You just
He
haven't
goes
realized
along
it
with
yet.
it because he knows that you don't want to buy drugs.
You would
from
so
his
do
dad.
that.
Yeah.
That's such a dad thing to do.
Yeah. So you are back in Mirador and it is late afternoon. what would you guys like to do? Did you want to go home and take a rest and go out the next day, or you want to go straight to temple? What are you up to?
I am seriously not that worried about it, and I am definitely going to go home and take a nap, like a really long nap.
Oh, and also, before we go any further, you guys notice that you still have those bracelets on that were on the island. You did not give them back to Jalessa. You're not sure if they work for communication, but they might if you could figure out a way to maybe get them re-enchanted to work in this city.
Interesting. That would be a good way for us to talk to each other.
Yes. Not as powerful as a sending stone because it seems to only work in a designated area.
Oh, I see.
But if you could find a way to like transfer the area to these bracelets to like be Mirador instead of the island, it could be a cool way to talk.
Is there like a fantasy Radio Shack?
Yeah, you could go to Fantasy Radio Shack.
Yeah, I think I would do that.
Okay.
I mean, it was, maybe.
I'll take Lanny's and Lanny,
Sure.
if you want me to take yours if you're going to go take a nap.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Maybe it needs a different fantasy SIM card.
Yeah, you bring it into the Fantasy Radio Shack and you're like, welcome to Fantasy Radio Shack. How can I help you?
Hi, we got these bracelets that we stole. I mean, we got them on the island. They only worked on the island, and we wanted to know if we could get them to work in Mirador so we could talk to each other.
All right, so you want to swap things out? Yeah, okay, yeah, we can do that for you. Now, do you want the friends and family plan, or do you want like just like designate like a couple
Do you have
people?
like an unlimited
Yeah, we've got
plan?
an unlimited. We can do that.
Okay. That and we can do that for all of them.
Yeah, we can get unlimited plans on all four
Are there any
bracelets.
hidden fees?
I mean, yes, there are tons of hidden fees.
Okay, can I get a list of the hidden fees just so I know?
Yeah, but some of them are written in invisible ink, so you just make sure that you, you check
of
those
course,
out. Yeah,
of course, yeah.
You know how it goes.
So how long is the contract, Sugar? And do we have a way to upgrade in a few months?
Unlimited is the best option.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do we get like money towards like the new bracelets that come out? Because I know the new ones are coming out in about 5 months.
I know, sure.
Yeah, I've been watching all
Let
about
me go
them.
talk to my manager. I can see if I can arrange that for you. Make a persuasion check for me too.
So bad at persuasion. Faris, will you make a persuasion?
You could, you both can make it.
Oh, well, she's not doing so hot this time.
Persuasion. A 15.
Yeah, Faris got a 12.
Yeah, 15's enough.
Awesome.
So he will go talk to his manager. You hear some talking in the back room, and then he comes back out and he's like, yeah, we can do that for you if you get all 4 unlimited plans today. You sign the contracts with the invisible ink, and standard stuff.
There isn't like the clause in here where we owe like a favor to like a demon or anything.
No. We had to cut that out a couple of years ago.
I know, because
We
last
got
time
into
I
trouble.
did this,
Yeah.
that's what happened. It took forever to get out of.
Yeah, I feel you
Okay.
on that. Yeah, apparently, like, that's highly illegal. I don't know.
Oh,
I would have thought. Also, if you could hook it up to any delivery networks, that would be great.
Yeah, we can add a delivery service on there as well if you'd like. That's gonna be an extra fee though, sir.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. So that's gonna come to at some point we're gonna have to track money in this game. But for right now, after this point, we will track money.
it's hard though because I borrow money from my dad all the time.
Yeah, but that probably has a limit, and so does Neelace's money. So I would say that
All right,
this is your last just
Fine.
free for all of buying
the
something that's
Fantasy
really
Radio
expensive.
Shack.
So you get your crystals upgraded. It takes about like 2 hours because it always takes so goddamn long. Or I forgot to ask, did you guys want to like change the style up at all? We got these different like cases and bands that you could do it with. Or are you good with the standard look?
Oh, do you have anything with sequins?
Oh, of course I do. He opens up a drawer that's just full of these different bracelet styles.
Ooh.
I want one that looks like some quartz stone.
Yeah, we can do that for you. Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Miles wants one that matches like his gauntlet.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't-
that's very cool.
Yeah.
What do you think Lanny would want? Just psychically, Lanny, tell them through your mind.
Something understated, please.
Make an intelligence check for me, Hilrana.
A critical fail.
Okay, you're like, Lanny would want something incredibly
I
flashy.
want this engraved
Yeah.
gold one.
Mhm. It has like a bunch of really
It's-
cheesy like rhinestones on it.
It's designer.
Yeah.
Lasers.
Absurdly expensive.
Oh,
Well, I
Thank
know
you,
I know
guys.
she doesn't get a chance to get like nice things a lot. So And
Maybe
she's
she
gonna
have a lot
love
of treble
this.
clefs, like engraved into
Oh,
the
yeah.
music notes.
Yeah, just so
Yeah.
people know that I'm a
A
musician.
little flute charm, a little viol, or is that how you say
Yeah,
it?
viol.
Viol charm. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So you get that all squared away. And you are, it's getting to be about evening time because that took a while. Is there anything else you would like to do for this day?
I probably need to go home for a few minutes and have a chat.
Guess I'll go let my dad know that I got in.
Okay.
Is there someone in town that he can talk to that was from Alephi that he could talk to again?
Yes. So, Miles, you haven't really necessarily met up with them yet, but you know that there is a small community of people from Malayas that are congregated in the lower terrace near the mountain gate. You've heard that there is a small shrine to Sirith down there and just a small community of people from your country.
Yeah, I will head down there.
The sun is beginning to set as you get down into the lower terrace. You make your way over towards the mountain gate, and there's a small little section of the city where it feels a little bit more like home. You see some tapestries and plants and stuff that remind you a little bit of your homeland. And you see a very small, quaint shrine that is between two buildings. It has a little garden, it has a little gate that you go into, and it's not even a building, it's just a carved statue of the goddess Sirith and a little altar in front of it and a few places where people have put offerings. A elderly man in just plain clothes, not any kind of robes or anything, just nice, plain, simple things. He's balding and has kind of tanned skin, a human man. And he looks up at you and he says, hello. Can I help you?
Greetings. Hello. Yes, I'm just in town, and I was looking. Is this the correct place to make an offering, a sort of tribute to the fallen city of Alephi?
A tribute to the fallen city of Alephi. I mean, you can definitely make a tribute to Alephi if you'd like to. I'm sure that the goddess will hear your prayers, but I'm not. What do you mean by fallen?
Oh, just the rampant death and destruction that occurred.
I mean, I know there was like a big fire there a couple of years ago, but I think the people are okay. I think they're rebuilding.
Are you sure? You're sure? We're thinking of the same city.
Alephi,
eh?
yeah, Alephi.
Alephi. And so there were survivors.
Yeah. At least I think so. I have a cousin, I think, that lived out in that area. Maybe not he doesn't live in the town itself, but in the outskirts, yeah.
Wow.
Are you okay? And what's going on? I'm sure that they would definitely need some protection, though, because, rebuilding after kind of a big event like that is a little bit rough. But they seem like they're getting better over time.
Wow. That's just great to hear.
Oh, good.
Last I'd heard, it was just nothing. I mean, when my friends left, they said that there was nothing left. It was just ruined. So that's interesting to know that there's people there still. People who survived.
I heard that it really was pretty much wrecked. With the goddess's aid, people were able to find the strength to start rebuilding, I think.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because I think that if people had survived and the town had survived, the goddess would have told me, or just told, it would have been known.
Oh, do you have a connection to Sirith? Have that you have a very virtuous look about you.
Oh, yeah, I've been told that many times. It's in the eyes. No, I no connection. No connection.
Make a deception check for me, sir.
I got a 16.
Not good enough. Ooh. I got an 18. He narrows his eyes a little bit at you and smiles a little bit sadly, and he says, I hate to disagree with someone, but I can feel and see her touch on you. Why do you hide that?
I don't. It's more like she's hiding from me.
Ah, well,
We're not on speaking terms.
from my understanding, Sirith, she doesn't abandon a well-honed blade or toss a shield aside because it failed to protect one time. If you made a mistake or something happened with Alefi, it doesn't mean that she's abandoned you. She's a goddess of protection, and if you have the ability to protect, why would she give that up?
But I didn't. You know, it's not a matter of would you throw away a well-hewn blade or good shield. It's would you throw away a broken one.
You don't look broken to me, but maybe that's just an old man's foolishness. I can still feel her presence on you. I know that's strange to say, and I think that maybe you only need to wait until the time when she needs you to aid her again.
Far be it for me to disagree with a cleric of Sereth, and I appreciate what you're saying to me. I know it's quite late, but is there a ritual, a late mass going on that I could participate in, or an offering I can make?
Yes, you can definitely make an offering if you would like, and I can say some words over it.
That would be wonderful, sir.
Yeah, he has some incense and other things that he can give to you to use for this ritual. Is there anything that you would like to think about or say when you do this ritual?
He'll just think about what it felt like to actually felt like he deserved Sereth and, you know, was a warrior for her, and trying to remember how good that felt and thinking about how he would like to do that again if he could.
Go ahead and Miles, make a persuasion check for me.
15.
Okay, yeah. So you feel a little bit of a warmth as you remember those feelings, and you try to maybe let go of some of the shame that you felt, and there's something about just the presence of being by this statue and being in an area from people from your homeland that you don't necessarily get any kind of communication from her, but you get the sense that maybe you were heard somehow.
That was lovely. Thank you very much. You'll thank the cleric. Miles will nod and then take his leave.
Faris, you need to go back and have a chat, and then we will talk to Greg. So you're walking back to your apartment. It's fairly close to the Beholder. The sun is also, you can see it's setting. It's getting a little bit darker. The lanterns that are lit with a little bit of magic are starting to begin to glow. And you feel a presence behind you as you're walking.
Uh-oh. Hey, is that you?
Yeah, who else would it be, Faris?
You know, it's getting dark and I'm a lady alone. Just wasn't sure. Well, you know, that's probably true. Well, look, come on up. I got some things to tell you.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I would really like to know what you found out.
Not as juicy as you'd think, but I did get some juice.
So you make your way up into your apartment. Well, we'll say it's on the second floor. It has like an external staircase, and you can go up there. And what does your place look like, Faris?
Well, when you first walk in the door, that is her parlor, where she has her fortune-telling business set up.
Yeah.
So it's got lots of red velvet. There's a table in the center with her crystal ball. She is able to, she has windows, but she has blackout curtains on them, just to make it dark and mysterious. There's crystals hanging everywhere. Then you go into a normal kitchen, and then you go into a normal bedroom, and there's also a privy, and then there's a very small sitting area to entertain non-customers.
Yes, great. He will make his way as if he has been here and lived here with you the whole time to your little sitting area and just plop down. You can't really see his facial features. He has this hood over his head, just dark cloak, dark clothing. You've never really had a lot of time to like sit with him for that long. He's always kind of been like slightly transparent or like hovering just out of the corner of your eye, but he's just letting himself be seen right now, which is unique. You haven't really had that yet. You can see on his clothing that it has like this black on black velvety pattern that looks like little like barbed vines.
What, would you like some tea?
Not really. I don't really need any refreshment, Faris. I think what will nourish me is the secrets you found.
Oh, brother.
And your company, of course.
Of course. Ugh. All right. So, the biggest piece of information would be that Lady Jalessa is about to get cut off financially if she doesn't get married, and soon.
That is quite interesting.
Now, I tried to kind of make a way for her and Lord Steve to rekindle their very loose connection. I don't know how successful I was.
Faris, did I ask you to be a matchmaker, or did I ask you to get information?
You asked me to get information.
I would appreciate if you would focus on that rather than meddling in the lives of other people. I can do that on my own.
Can you?
Yes, I can, and I will.
Well, why is that about a... No, you know what? Never mind, sir. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
So, you want to hear anything else?
If that was all you got, then we're going to have words, Faris. So yes, I want to hear something else.
Well, I'm trying to drag it out. I never get to spend time with you.
Listen, let's just get to the point and tell me what you heard.
Fine. So, my new friends?
Yes.
Well, Lanny is best friends with a princess.
Interesting. What princess?
Princess Erin from the kingdom of Toria.
Toria, I haven't explored up there much. That's good.
And my special friend, Mile.
Ugh, yeah, whatever.
He has a twin.
Is it... two of them in the world? Ugh.
Well, and one of
Disgusting.
them apparently is an evil twin. I'm not sure
that
which
actually
one.
sounds a lot better than the current version, but... I don't care about that. Keep going.
Well, but just to say...
I said keep going.
Fine. My new friend Hilrana?
Yes.
For some reason, when the past came up, she got very upset and didn't want to talk about it. I tried probing, but I am trying to establish a relationship.
Oh, of course, yes.
So I'm not sure where that is, but you may want to poke around the edges of that. And Lord Steve, well, I think I could consider him an ally, and I hope to get information from him later, but just so you know, he's a terrible kisser.
Well, that is good information.
I know.
Juicy. I didn't think he would be a very good kisser.
Well, it may be, if he and Lady Jalessa aren't going to rekindle their flame, it may be good to send someone his way who is a good kisser.
Okay, I'm not sure what that would do for me. Anyway, I guess that's good enough. Anything else?
That's all I can think of right now. But I always know you're only a thought away.
Yes, I'm always watching.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I'm not really, but I like to say that just to keep you on your toes.
Right, you perv.
And he disappears. You blink and he's gone. All right. Hilrana, you get back home, lights are on, and there's an entryway where, and a little office in the front of the house where Greg does some business, and you see that he's standing in the hallway to the entryway, talking to a pretty sketchy looking human man. He says, "Oh, sorry, gotta get out of here, my daughter's here." "Hilrana, my baby!" And he gives you a big hug.
Oh, Dad, I didn't know you had guests.
"Oh, it's just a business associate."
Oh, do I know him?
"No." And then he kind of like shoves the guy to leave and then slams the door. "Honey, how you doing?"
I'm okay. I'm gonna go talk to Temple of Amel to figure out about this.
You getting married or something? Did you find
No.
somebody to get married to?
Dad, no.
My baby's getting married.
No, gosh.
No, okay.
No.
Okay.
No, to find out about this tattoo that I got. I'll show him the
Oh,
thing.
honey, that's
Have you ever seen
weird.
anything like this?
I mean, it looks like some kind of religious symbol. I'm not really super into religion that much, but, probably good, like you said, to go get it checked out at the temple. Honey, are you going to be in town for a while?
I don't know, am I?
I'm asking you.
Yes.
Perfect. And he will get you, he'll start like pouring you some tea and getting out some snacks for you, some of your favorite snacks, and sits you down at the kitchen table. He's like, oh, of course, gotta get the nuts first for Chadley, and he puts out a little bowl for Chadley. So yeah, I'm gonna actually be going out of town for a couple of weeks for business, and I was wondering if you're gonna be in town, if you could watch the house. I wasn't sure if you're going back to hang out with your mom, or you're planning on staying for a while.
I think I'm planning on staying a while.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, if you end up leaving, it's fine. But, I know you made some new friends. So, like, if we wanted to invite anybody over, you could. Just the house, for the time being, you can just think of the house as yours.
Excellent.
Just don't totally trash it.
Of course not.
Well, yeah. So I got a new business venture that I'm looking into, and I gotta go check that out.
It's nothing dangerous, I hope.
I can't guarantee that.
Oh, Dad, to stay out of trouble. Well, I've got a party to plan now, apparently.
I mean, I meant like if you had friends that you wanted to stay here with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
But,
I mean,
you can have a party. Now, tell your friend Greg, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
That not to give you anything too crazy for that party.
Of course not. Greg is very responsible drug dealer.
I've heard great things about Greg.
I have to meet him tonight, actually. I was going to
okay, good to know.
him.
Good to know. Yeah, great. So, honey, is anything going on? Anything you want to talk to your old dad about?
I don't know, Dad. I might want to talk to you when you get back, but I'm just thinking through some things.
I'm happy to talk whenever. I'm just sending a stone away, and, I'll come back any moment you need me, honey.
Thanks, Dad.
I just love you so much. And Chadley's all right, I guess, and he gives him a little scritch.
Chadley's very happy. All right, Dad. Well, I am going to get rest before we go to that temple tomorrow.
Sounds good, honey. Have a great night.
You too. And I'm also going to sneak out my window and see Greg the drug dealer.
You hear your dad racing around to like put on a costume and then meet you out in that alleyway where he deals you some drugs in his alter ego, Greg.
It's so weird, but that is the cutest freaking thing.
Hey there, it's your pal and DM Emily with a few quick announcements. First, if you're enjoying the show, please make sure to share it with your friends and let us know how you feel on social media. We'd love to hear from you. Shout out to Riftwake Podcast or at Riftwake Podcast on Twitter for his constant support and fun interactions with us. We really appreciate you so much. Our theme song is Neon Laser Horizon by Kevin MacLeod, and information about all the music in today's episode can be found in the show notes. In less fun news, my beloved dog Penny, who played Chadley, is no longer with us. You may hear a few more appearances from her, as we tend to record our episodes in advance, and I hope that her magical, silly, and incredible spirit will live on through Chadley. Losing her has been very difficult, and as we head into the holiday season, please know that you are not alone if you are grieving your own losses. Our hearts go out to you, and together we can get through this. If you'd like to, consider donating to the Wake County SPCA or your local animal shelter and spread the memory of Penny's love and her majestic spirit to all of the animals in need. That's it for announcements. Let's get back to Mirador and our adventures. It is the next morning, and Lanny, how are you waking up this morning?
So now I'm presenting as a woman, and I have beautiful light green hair, which might be a little confusing because Hilrana also has green hair. And I have violet eyes.
Ooh, so what season is that?
Spring.
Spring. Oh, how nice. So Miles wanted to go get his stuff identified, so we can say that you all meet up at a magic shop to get your stuff that you got from the weird temple experience identified. Miles, you will be told that your shield has a slight curse on it.
Hold it.
if the shield is turned so that the wielder looks into it, so like if you're looking into the mirror on your shield, they must make the same DC 15 wisdom saving throw or be stunned until the end of their next turn. So essentially, if your shield is turned towards you and you look into it as a mirror, you will also have the same effect that it has on other people.
Yeah. Melee's is definitely going to do that. So you might sell this shield.
I mean, you usually keep the outside of the shield away from you. It's just if somebody like was able to grab it from you or like turn it against you, then that is the chance that would happen.
Melee's looks into every reflective surface.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's true.
The shield.
Can't stop yourself.
No.
The rope that you got, the rope of the Archmage Shibari. It has also a mild curse on it. While using the rope, the wielder cannot willingly cause damage that would reduce the creature's hit points.
Okay, so it's just for roping, not for hurting.
Yes. So, like, you could smack somebody, but you can't, like, try to do actual physical harm to them.
Well, honey, that is the name of the game.
Well, yeah, and exactly. That's the point, is that it's trying to keep things safe.
Safe, sane, and consensual.
Yes. Okay, so you can have this if you want it.
Ooh.
Is mine cursed too?
Yeah, they're all cursed.
Yay! I already attuned it.
The hardwood wand has a slight curse on it. If all 5 charges are expended, you must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, you cannot cast any spells until the end of your next short rest.
Oh dear, that sucks.
So you just don't expend all the charges. And then the Siren Song, which we already know has the sweet pirate man in it. This also has a mild curse on it. They say that anytime the Siren Song is brought on a ship, it sends out a psychic beacon to all nearby pirates, challenging them to claim its power and glory for themselves.
Oh, only pirates, though.
Yeah, only
That's very
pirates.
situational.
Yeah, it's only when you go on a ship.
And only
An
on a
airship
ship.
or a
It doesn't specify what type of
Watership.
ship.
It has to be a ship, and they have to be pirates. I'm
Yes.
fine with that. That's not much of a curse.
Might I remind everyone that we were just on a ship and saw another ship tagging us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
maybe
saying.
that's
on
why.
any more ships with Lanny.
I'm keeping it anyway.
All right, so you are going to, after you get your stuff identified, head over to the Temple of Emil. You have to go down the funicular into the lower terrace. It's in the Celis Park district. There are 3 different areas when you get to the temple. One of them looks like it is a big birthing center and a parenthood type center. And you see lots of initiates wearing these light green robes and light yellow robes that are around that building. There's a central building, which is a big cathedral. Most of you guys would know that a lot of people get married in this church. There's a lot, they have regular services, but it's kind of the central place for people in the community to have those types of celebratory, especially love-centric ceremonies. Emil is the goddess of, like, family, fertility, and the harvest. There's a 3rd area which has a bunch of buildings for clergy and stuff that live there and work there, and then there's also a huge community garden. So yeah, you get there, and I would say you probably approach the main central cathedral. It seems like a service is letting out. They just finished. People are coming out of the main cathedral. And a elf wearing with a very warm smile and honey blonde hair and a braid down their back and wearing loose fitted pinkish colored robes comes up to you and they say, "Welcome. May Emil's blessing be on you. How can I aid you today? I'm afraid the service is over, but we do have another one later today if you're interested."
We were looking for the High Priestess Marviel Kohana.
Oh, yes. She has just been finishing up her sermon, and I believe that she should be available to meet with petitioners if you would like to speak with her. Follow me.
Thank you so much.
And they will lead you into the chapel, and the light streams in, has all this beautiful stained glass. A very old-looking cathedral. And you see a woman who is shaking hands. She's middle-aged human. She's got graying brown hair and kind of a very gentle look on her face. You vaguely recognize her. She looked a little bit fancier at the wedding because she had this big headdress on and very official-looking robes. She's much more casual now, and she's like just greeting some people who came to the services and talking to them, shaking hands, you know. "Pardon me, High Priestess, these people were here to speak with you if you have a moment." I think she had my voice, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to use the same voice that I always use. So
I think she should have Buff Wellington's.
Give me a moment. I need to talk to the rest of my petitioners.
Wow, she's got a deep voice.
Just one moment. I'll be with you. I need to speak to these people. And so she finishes up, and then she looks over to you all with a very warm smile, and she says, "Welcome, welcome. How may I aid you? I don't believe I've seen you here before. Welcome to the Temple of Amel."
We are new to the temple. We saw you give the sermon and the ceremony, rather, at the royal wedding recently.
Oh, wonderful! You were there. It was a very interesting service, and I hope that I did the beautiful couple justice.
We just have some questions about the gods, and we were wondering if we might prevail upon your expertise.
Of course, yes. Here, let's go for a walk, and she will lead you out through the main doors and into the gardens area, and she's just kind of strolling through. Questions? What kind of questions do you all have for me?
All right. Do you mind if I get right to the point?
Of course, if that is your wish.
I don't think Lear's 100% dead. I'm going to show you something.
You just pull your shirt down. Oh my. Is that a tattoo that you've gotten recently?
Yeah, and it's interesting how I got it. We went to an island with Lady Jalessa Spear.
Yes, I know of her. We've spoken before.
And on that island, some strange things happened.
How interesting. And what does that have to do with me? I'm sorry.
Oh, we thought that you might be able to help us explain what has happened.
Oh, of course. You want some kind of religious consultation. Yes. Do you mind? And she holds her hand out towards where your symbol is.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to touch it and close her eyes, and there's like a light pinkish glow that comes off of her hand, and it feels warm on your chest. You don't feel any different. And she opens her eyes and says, I do believe that this is a mark of the goddess Lear, which is quite peculiar. It has the mild properties of a curse. I could try to remove it, but I'm not sure. It's not any kind of divine magic I'm particularly familiar with.
Well, I'm wondering, a couple of questions for you. Were you at the wedding reception?
No, I had other duties that I needed to attend to.
Well, that thing was buck wild.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, I do believe Lear may have had something to do with that. Then we had an experience on the island that resulted in all of us getting these tattoos, and I'm just wondering, maybe not necessarily to get rid of it, but just to understand how it's going to affect my life.
As a disciple of the goddess Emil, I do know the history of the goddess Lear. I don't have a particular affinity for the ways that she works, or worked, rather. I wish it could aid you. I do know that we did the invocation of the trial of Lear at the wedding as a way of assisting the married couple.
Can I insight check her?
Of course.
19.
With a 19, I would say, Faris, that she seems like she's being honest with you, but almost you get the sense that she's like not being 100% forthcoming with information.
Do you know anyone who could help us get more information about these markings?
Goodness, I could ask around at some of the other temples, although there really aren't any disciples left. I didn't even get all your names. I'm so sorry.
I'm terribly sorry. My name is Laniver Faris.
Laniver.
I'm Hilrana.
Hilrana.
I'm Faris Devon.
Faris. And you, sir?
I'm Belaze, and if you wouldn't mind me asking, could you please try to remove this from me? I can't have another goddess's mark upon me.
I will be happy to attempt to. As I said, I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I will definitely try to remove it. And
Thank
she takes a hand, holds on to her holy symbol, places her hand on your chest. Just going to try to see if she can remove this. She's there for like about 3 minutes of trying to do stuff. She gets a very focused look on her face, and then she takes her hand away gently and says, I'm so sorry, sir. This is beyond me. I don't know. It's very strange. It feels, like I said, it feels like a curse, but then also like a blessing. It's a weird mixture of being just marked. Oh, I'm so sorry I couldn't help you.
I appreciate you trying.
Do you know, I know that there aren't any petitioners of Lear particularly left anymore, but perhaps there are historians or...
Oh, yes, of course. I would recommend seeking out the Temple of Darius. In the Hall of Judgment, they have a lot of the historical records of Mirador and Claudia itself. And then also some religious tomes are housed there. They tend to keep more of the historical side of things, if it's not focused on one particular deity.
Thank you.
Of course. Is there anything else that you would ask of me? I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to aid you as much as you wanted.
I do have one question. I just want to make sure that I understand. So, from what we were told, there was concerns that if there wasn't sort of a show put on at the wedding regarding Prince and Princess having seen each other before the wedding, there was concern it may be contested later down the road.
Yes, exactly. As you said, you are friends with Lady Jalessa. She did come and visit with me to consult me and see if I had any suggestions for that unfortunate situation that they had found themselves in.
Did you suggest the goddess Lear as you thought that she was no longer alive?
Yes, it was my suggestion. It took a little while. I thought about it. It was a weird situation. I had actually found in some historical records. There was one occasion about 250 years ago where somebody had a lover that was going to try to contest the marriage, but a fake rival lover was able to call for a trial before the actual lover could, and invoked the trial of Gunvor, which is a trial of combat, faked losing the combat, and there was no repercussion from the god, Gunvor himself, on that marriage that we have any record of. So doing something that technically fit the guidelines of the trial, but wasn't really it wasn't 100% true, was not an issue. And so I thought, Lear is dead, so if we invoke her name, then we have satisfied the legal component of things and not had to worry about any kind of nasty repercussions from a more religious god side of things.
Can I insight check her one more time?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I want to do the same.
I guess I will too, even though I...
Yep, I got a 6.
13.
13? Anybody else want to insight her?
Nat 20!
The whole, all that stuff that she just told you seemed like it was 100% true.
Man, I wish I was paying attention.
To you. Yeah, that's a lot of exposition. It's fine. I totally get it. But again, you get an even stronger sense that, like, she is not lying to you, but she is not telling you everything.
Okay.
Do you know if Lear was a particularly randy goddess? Chaotic? It's just that there's a lot of stuff during the after party that was quite out of character for, I'd say, 90% of the attendants.
Yes, Lear was a goddess of sex and love and war and passion. Her domains have been taken over to a lesser extent by people, but that kind of passionate feeling there's not really a place anymore in our pantheon. But yeah, that's what she was known for.
And in particular, inciting it.
I think that her worshippers reveled in it in a bit. I think that she encouraged it. I think she gave her blessing to the people who followed those passions. I don't know if she forced them to happen to people, but I'm not a scholar on Lear's.
Right. No, see, that's the weird part, is that none of these people, I mean, obviously were worshippers of her, but they sure were inspired by her.
Yes, it appears that maybe a bit of her influence came out that evening. I apologize. I have other things to attend to. Feel free to avail yourselves of the gardens. Everything here is for the community.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, High Priestess.
Of course. Have a blessed day.
You do the same.
What What's everybody's passive perception? I needed to have written this down and I forgot.
So 12.
12.
11.
11.
14.
10.
Wait.
10. She walks away. About like a minute after she's gone, Hilrana, you notice that in like a little fold of Milace's, what does Milace wear? Where does he wear? Like armor? I don't know what he wears daily. Loincloth. And a little fold of like in the, kind of by the hip of Milace's loincloth, there is a small flower tucked in there with a little piece of parchment wrapped around it.
Hey.
So you got something in your loincloth there. You got something in your loincloth, or are you just happy to see me?
Hey.
But seriously, there's something in your loincloth.
Oh, don't worry. This happens all the time. Secret admirers, am I right? He'll reach up and grab it.
Yeah, so it's not like shoved all the way down there, but it is tucked into the hip, and you pull out. It is a very small, pink, very pretty flower, and then wrapped around it has a little note that is written on it, and it says, "House of Heavenly Delights, 12. Ask for a bleeding heart."
Does he know this place?
You have heard of the House of Heavenly Delights. You have not been able to go there because it is a members only place, and you had not been approved for membership yet.
Oh.
Isn't that
Oh
the
my gosh,
brothel
yes.
that Jalessa met Mitzi at?
It's a incredibly fancy, the highest end pleasure house, so to speak, in all of Mirador. People come from all over the country to visit this place for companionship or all kinds of different things. But it's this very, very fancy members-only establishment in the upper terrace.
Ooh,
Oh my
Faris
gosh.
is excited.
They must have gotten my application. This
You
is
don't think-
amazing.
You don't think it has something to do with Lear, do you?
I think the high priestess got a little handsy. She placed this in here. I guess she's a patron of this house. Or maybe it's a hint. Maybe she's telling us that we really need to go here.
Well, I'd definitely love to go. I've always wanted to see the interior. Need to get new ideas for my fortune parlor.
What time is it now?
Wait, some of us can afford to go there? Isn't it terribly expensive?
Terribly expensive.
Well, maybe some of you can go in.
Well, I wonder if this invitation might be, blanket invitation. As in, we wouldn't have to pay. They're inviting us there.
I suppose we could try. I certainly don't have the money if we have to pay the entrance fee.
Let's go to the brothel.
What time is it now?
It's the morning, yeah. It's probably like about 10-ish, 10 a.m., because you took some time to go to the shop to get your magic items identified.
Oh, hey, I was going to let you guys know that my dad's going to be out of town, so if any of you are interested in staying at our place, we've got a lot of extra room.
Oh, for how long?
Oh, I don't know. My dad will be gone for a while, so. And even after he comes
slumber
back,
party.
we've still got a lot of
Slumber
rooms.
party.
It's just me and him and a billion guest rooms, so.
Well, I think maybe while we're working on this mystery together, it may be good if we stay together. Now, I do have some fortune customers occasionally, but it might be a good idea for us to all just stay in the same place, and so we can share a research.
So with the invitation to move in together, at least temporarily, you all gather your things up, prepare to go over to Greg's house, and we will pick up next time figuring out what the House of Heavenly Delights holds for you.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, heavenly delights.
Spooky Heavenly Delights. Maybe you will meet the Fulfilling Dawn.
I hope so.
My name is Buff Wellington, and it is a pleasure to meet you. I died very tragically, but it is alright.
I miss you, Buff.
I miss you, ma chérie. Buff will be back in your arms again someday, even if it is in the heavens.